Welcome back to DN8 Discussions.
Yes, that's her choice of name too, by the way. I'm just going with it.
Merlin Martin.
And Shamir Zelda. Today we're going to be talking about reality.
Truth in everybody's life. There's going to come a time.
I mean, like, what makes people decide that something is real? Like, and by that I mean, when you have a goal or something you'd like to achieve, you usually say, I'm gonna do that because of this idea I have in my head that goes along with the reality, or I've seen this or that example, so I'm going to follow that example or this idea in my head and achieve my goal. And that's great, it works. But there are times where the method about achieving one's goal might be from a fictional source. So what I want to know is, why is a fictional source not relevant? When you say to someone, I'm going to do this because that's what the Smurfs did. I mean, you know, not to say that the Smurfs ever accomplished any great feats in their lives. Because who was it, Gilgamesh or Gargamel that was always at the... Oh, anyway, the Smurfs.
How do you even know about this stuff?
You didn't watch the Smurfs?
No, I did, but I hated it.
What? How can you hate the Smurfs? The Smurfs is a story of what's going on in our hearts. No, okay, I don't know that to be true. But I'm just saying, let's use the Smurfs as a reference. No, let's not use the Smurfs. That's a bad example. Let's say you want to exercise. You want to make yourself more, I don't know, toned or muscular. And you say, hey, I like the Incredible Hulk. I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out with him as my goal. And there will be sometimes, not always, but sometimes there will be the person who says, you know, that's an animation character or a cartoon character. And that's, I personally just don't understand why. That's, why it's not valid.
Has someone said that to you?
Yes, they have.
Many times?
Many times. Is this reflecting how I view reality in any way? I mean, many times people have said, Martin, you know, that's not real. But
so, like, give an example of something you said. Was it the gym thing or other things?
It was okay. Well, actually, there was a case where I was, I have a picture of Superman. Now, by the way, for any being to aspire to the level of the superhuman is a worthy cause. I can't knock it. So I wonder why anyone would knock my idea. I had an image of Superman. And I was like, I'm gonna work out. It wasn't really Superman, it was more of a Superboy Prime. If you read DC Comics, you know what I'm talking about. Superman before he became Superman, he was Superboy, younger. But I was like, I'm gonna aim for that body type. And some artist drew this. And someone said to me, you do know that's not real. You know that's a cartoon. And that just bit away at my motivation. But it's not too much, because I'm still on point. No.
When people said that, did it stop you from trying?
No, it didn't. In fact, it kind of fortified my will to have that completed, because it's like sometimes a little bit of doubt. It's like making, you know, some dish or whatever. A little bit of salt here, a little bit of seasoning here, a little bit of doubt there. Sometimes a little bit of doubt on the outside is enough to give us some motivation. So that it's okay. But when it's too much, when everybody just like, no, that's not gonna work, that's not real.
It's kind of like, so I mean, I know Sailor Moon isn't a she's not that interesting of a character.
Are you serious?
I mean,
Sailor Moon's awesome, man. They got all kinds of like planetary constellations and bodies and stuff. It's amazing.
But I mean, like,
not that I'm a fan of Sailor Moon.
Usagi Tsukino, like the when she's not Sailor Moon.
Mm-hmm.
I liked her a lot, and I looked up to her. And so, I know what you mean, like wanting to not be the character, but looking to them for inspiration.
That's to be the topic of this. Looking to the character for inspiration.
Yeah, even like, have you seen Anastasia, the cartoon? The animation? It's like has music in it?
Yeah, no, I don't think I have.
Okay, well, Anastasia, she's really independent and like she goes after what she wants. And yeah. So she's like my favorite animated character.
Okay.
And I kind of aspire to be like her. I use
What-
her
but-
as inspiration.
In what way? In what regard?
She's independent and she is herself.
Okay.
She doesn't try to be anything else.
Mhm.
You know that one story of the guy who there was this one time that no one could beat when running, and then this
Okay.
one guy beat the time. Then
Uh-huh.
all of a sudden, all these people could beat the time,
Okay.
and it's like
Oh.
he was obviously a real person, but
Right.
he probably believed I can do it without having to see anyone else do it.
Mhm.
So, I mean, we don't have to look up to people. We don't even, I mean, it's the same with the animated characters or, you know, fictional characters
Right.
as well. Like, really, like what you said, lack of imagination. We should be able to think of the things that we want to do
Right.
and be able to achieve them. We shouldn't have to look to other people, but if we do, it shouldn't be a problem if we look to fictional characters because we can pretty much do anything we put our mind to.
There you go. There you have it.
And if you, like what we were saying earlier, if you speak something into existence, that's what's gonna bring it to life.
Right.
We need to like speak positivity into our lives.
Speak and act. Art is not really, doesn't really come from us. It comes from some other place and flows through us. It's like an inspiration, so to speak. We talked about that earlier, actually. So that's how I look at it. If you want to be inspired, a lot of people choose art to inspire them. How many people have said they changed their lives because of a song, or they wanted to do this because of a movie they saw, or a painting, or read a comic? You know, in Japan, the Honda has made that robot called Asimo. You know, it walks around a little, and they say they can use it maybe for helping elderly people with, you know, getting tea or changing diapers.
Oh.
Not diapers of the young, but diapers of the elderly. That's not funny, but okay. But anyway, Honda has made this this robot. Now the people who made Asimo, these guys, I believe it was I can't remember his name, but he said his inspiration came from Osamu Tezuka, who is a animation writer, a manga writer. He wrote Atom. In English, it's called
Astro Boy?
Astro Boy. That's what thank you. Someone else knew that when I was thinking it. Didn't you? Knew it. You know, so someone else knew it. But anyway, that's it. Astro Boy. Astro Boy. The guy who created that robot that everybody's, you know, selling their life savings and youngest children to get. This guy was inspired by the comic, and the comic is what led to the creation of that. So so inspiration can come from art sources.
Art that is created all comes from our mind. I mean, of course, there's things that we see that influences that. But if we can make art by just thinking something and putting it out, then we can do things like
Right.
other things,
Right.
like working out, like what you said, or whatever. Also, you know, when you're a kid, you don't let any of that stuff stop you. You think of things and you're like, oh, I'm gonna do
Yeah.
this, I'm gonna draw this, I'm gonna write this.
And you try.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, no, I was never a kid, because a kid is a baby goat. I was a child when I was a child. When I was
Okay.
a child.
We'll start using correct
Right,
terminology here.
When I was a child, I had this idea to create a robot. And I don't know where I got this idea from. So I was like, I'm gonna make a robot. So I went outside and I got these cinder blocks, these bricks, and I painted a face on it. And I stacked one on top of the other, and I said, now if I could just get it to walk. But in my mind, I was making a robot. You know, that was me creating a robot. So, and I don't think there was, no, there could have been some animation source that I got that, you know, idea from. But I was on a farm. I was living on the countryside, so
What are your thoughts on this?
Let us know.
Yeah, like, did you have any experiences with this? Is there anything that you, like, always dreamed of doing, but you let it go because you're like, oh, it's not real?
Or
And-
someone put it down as
Yeah,
not
someone
being
put it
valid
down.
because it's a work of fiction.
Yeah. I think that we should all be children again and not think that our dreams can't become reality.
And that's why I rolls with her.
I'm trying to get back into that mindset because I have forgotten about
What?
it. Like, I'm like, no, I need to be more realistic, but I want to go back to when I was a kid and I wanted to do everything.
You better watch Peter Pan again.
Yeah, so let us know your thoughts. Subscribe, follow us on social media things,
And
whatever.
DN8 Studios.com.
And DN8studios.com. And yes, this was Marilyn Martin.
And this is Zelda Shamir. I can't say that. Shamir.
Yeah, Shamir.
Shamir.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe it up.